Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadtoro.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Happy Christmas Eve day, Christmas Eve morning. Very slow time in markets, so don't expect much or expect everything. I mean, when's a better time than have the bad guys attack when it's really slow? But that kind of, yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. Slow, fast, high volume, low volume. It's under control at all times. So no, the riggers don't need low volume moments to rig the price. But there are some interesting things happening, as you can tell. Gold and silver are jumping over the past few days, which is a rarity. Um, I do think that they're going to allow silver to jump and run before cryptos, only because the crypto infrastructure isn't in there right away. And gold and silver have been manipulated for a hell of a lot longer than cryptos have. Silver, 150 years of manipulation. So, yeah, I think the big run's going to come in silver and it'll happen first. Now, when, why, how, what's going to happen, Bix? I don't know when. If I knew when, I would have been out of silver for 150 years until the day before it was let loose. And it probably won't be seen on the COMEX. COMEX will probably default by then. So just all you can do is hodl. Go to your local silver store, get some silver, and hodl it. Hang on for dear life with your silver. Silver jumped 50 cents, up 3%, back over 17. That's not good for the bankers, so they'll probably try to slam it down again. Remember, every dollar that silver goes up, the top 8 bankers who rig the price lose $1 billion, and vice versa. The problem is they can't shake anybody out. This latest slam didn't shake hardly anybody out, which is rare. Normally they'll shake it out and bring the price down to $16, and they'll cover all their shorts, and then they'll go the opposite way and run it. This time they weren't able to do it. They got out of some. J.P. Morgan, I think, got out of a lot, and they are the number one rigger of silver and gold, physical, as well as the COMEX contracts. They're basically a criminal operation that is allowed to exist. How much longer, I do not know, but you're taken care of by the SEC and the CFTC if you are the only banker for Bernie Madoff. The only banker that Bernie Madoff ever had was J.P. Morgan. Read Bernie Madoff, J.P. Madoff, great book. Anyway, so we live in a criminal system, and we are fighting for truth and justice and honesty in our markets. It won't come on the COMEX, won't come on the LBMA. Those are the only 2 exchanges on planet Earth that trade silver. Shanghai, they're getting into silver. I don't know how far along that is. It's supposed to be open and running now. Or is it the Hong Kong Silver Exchange? Mainly futures and options, though, again. I think it's Hong Kong Silver Exchange. Just opened up. But we'll see. I mean, there's not enough silver in the world, so get your silver, get it out of these crazy markets. Some interesting notes. The last trade for the December contract is December 27th, with the delivery date on December 31st. So if anybody's trying to make a last move to take out some bankers, get their hands on physical silver, JP Morgan's going to be the largest taker of metal off the exchanges. They have been for the past 9 years, according to Ted Butler. And according to the CFTC data. JP Morgan has been rigging the price lower so that they can take physical silver into their own possessions. Now they have over 1 billion ounces of silver, I believe. 1 billion ounces of silver. So that when it does crash and the electronic games go away, JP Morgan will be sitting pretty. They have a hell of a lot more in dollar value in physical gold that they took off. Not in contracts or ounces, but in dollar value. Oh my God. JP Morgan, hey, Jamie Dimon, you want to get really rich? Sell all your gold and buy silver out of your warehouses. There you go, Jamie. That'll really screw America, right? Good job, Jamie Dimon. He'll be in jail if he's lucky. when the good guys win. But I did want to show you this. The volumes are really low. Not really low, but like half of normal, which is normal around Christmas time, right? But look at the volumes. I mean, this is a 68, 78. That's 80,000 contracts. 80,000 times 5, right? Because it's 5,000 ounces per contract. That's 400 million ounces of silver that traded yesterday. How much do they pull out of the ground every year? About 800 million. So half of everything that got pulled out of the ground all year traded yesterday. So that's a low day. The insanity, and that's just one of the criminal exchanges. The other one is the LBMA, which does even more. So yes, it is complete fraud. I've been harping on this for almost 20 years now. Complete fraud in the exchanges. Unfortunately, they brought them over to cryptos too. I'll show you that one in a second. But yes, there are some structural changes behind the scenes in the COT reports. The fact that the DOJ is going after 8 JP Morgan silver traders, it should not be discounted, and gold traders. Basically, the precious metals desk. I hear there's only like a 6 or so traders left at JP Morgan, and yet they're still the largest hand out there when it comes to gold and silver. And they're the trustee for the SLV, along with BlackRock, another criminal organization. These criminals are just all over the place, and it's the people at the SEC and the CFTC that are running cover for animals. So I do expect a lot of action for the next 2 months in silver. We'll see if the COMEX stays together. Everybody's saying, oh, by the end of the year, the repos are going to blow the world away. No, they're not. Hopefully they'll cause enough stir to at least bring some attention to Congress so that they can say, why did we give the banks $700 billion this time, but last time in 2008 we gave them $700 billion and it had to be approved by Congress. This time they just took it. Why? So I do think we're going to hit the $700 billion number by the end of the year. Obviously, right now, nothing's going on. It's all about the end of year close. Why? Because the banks have to come in between certain guidelines. During the quarter, they can trade as much as they want. It's when they have to report that they get scared, and that's what we're coming up to, the end of year reporting. The repo tonight, there was just one overnight, like $26 billion, was not that big because it doesn't have to be. Who cares about overnight? The real key is what they have to tell the regulators, and then they can start rigging again in January. But before that, there's got to be some hanky-panky that goes on by the end of the year, which is in a couple days. I think that hanky-panky has to do with the $1.5 trillion in paper money that's out there. That's why Steve Mnuchin Sunday came out and said, oh, there's so much printed U.S. $100 bills out there. He's trying to prime the system so that the banks count that as part of their operating cash. Of course, they're holding it for other people who have no intention at all of giving it to that bank. So, yeah, there's going to be some hanky-panky by the end of the year. So that's why I think they're going to get past January, past December, but January is going to be even worse. That's why they're still printing into mid-January. And they're going to announce another one, which is going to be even bigger. And then we'll hit $1 trillion on the bailout, and then $2 trillion, and then $100 trillion. And then everybody said, what the hell is going on? Anyway, so hang on tight. Crypto's caught a little bid the last couple days. Again, same story. 100% rigged, 300x trading. Lightcoin has just gone into stupidity range. Every day now, more Lightcoin is traded than has ever been mined. So in the last 24 hours, 2.9, that's $3 billion worth of volume. $3 billion, and the total market cap of all Litecoin outstanding, the Litecoin float is 2.6. So in 24 hours, every Litecoin that has ever been mined supposedly has traded hands. It's complete bullshit. It's a game. It's a con. Computers and derivatives run by companies like Virtu Financial, Vincent Viola. You don't know who he is? Go to roadtoroot.com, do a search for Vincent Viola. And you'll come to EWT LLC, which was rigging the silver market back in the mid-2000s. A authorized participant of SLV. And the guy Trump wanted to put in charge of the Navy, even though he got kicked out of West Point, or should have got kicked out, in the only West Point cheating scandal ever. These people are bad dudes. Trump, when it comes to the finances, he's as dirty as all of them. Oh, we got to keep the system going so we can take out the bad guys. Bullshit. The bad guys are the system. We need to take them out, Trump. I was looking at some Giselle Maxwell, Epstein's woman, who, for some reason, is still walking around free. Explain that one. Almost all the girls who filed charges against Epstein had said that she was involved, sexually involved, as well as recruiting involved. And why is she running around? Because she's deep state Mossad. Also, things come out about the guy who ran the jail that Epstein was in. Huge Hillary and Bill buddy. Lots of pictures with them together. Poor America. Yes, do I think Trump was involved with Epstein? Yeah, of course he was. I don't know what he did with underage girls, but I know he hung out with them. Him pushing him off. I knew him just once in a while. I'd see him. There's pictures of him out hanging out with, going to events and model showcases with Ghislaine. They were friends. Of course, Trump was part of that scandal, and he should go down too if he did anything. We need truth and honesty. So, yeah, I'm not in a good Trump place right now. Yeah, I know there's people behind the scenes really doing the real work to take the bad guys out. But Trump? Dude, you got to come clean with the world about what you've done. And allowing these criminals to run roughshod over our free markets is the worst thing you could do. So many people could be arrested by now. And the way that Barr and Trump and those guys are picking and choosing the crimes to go after, it's not about Russiagate. It's not about Joe Biden. It's much bigger behind the scenes. It's a third of Congress are criminals, literally criminals. And over half of them are corrupt. We got to fix everything, not just pick and choose so that the system hangs together. This system sucks. It is a fraud. It is a cheat from the political system to the child sex ring system, how they control people. Tens of thousands of people are involved in that. Most of Hollywood. It is insane what they get away with. We need to take them all down. We can't just pick and choose. Trump going after Strzok and Page and all that, that's nothing. That's a tip of a tiny iceberg. Everything below it is the huge iceberg. Anyway, yeah, I'm a little frustrated with Trump right now, so we'll see what happens. Great article, analysis by Crescent Capital, going over the insanity of today's market. I mean, this article, it's at crescat.net, crescat.net / running-hot / it goes through all the bubbles and all the problems we have right now, and it shows that the Fed's balance sheet is going to jump well over $4.5 trillion by mid-January. Absolutely. Which is, I think, is getting close to the largest ever. Now, remember, they don't count the overnight repos. I don't know. I think they count the term repos, but those come on and come off. So go to roadtoroot.com. In the private road section, I keep a running tally. He talks about the repo crisis. The 10-year yield is ridiculous. Sovereign yields are about to go crazy. The Taylor rule, which is how the Fed should adjust beforehand for interest rates. Look at this. The only time the Taylor rule has been this low, -3, has been here. And we know what happened in the 1970s, hyperinflation. They had to raise interest rates to 20%. Can we do that this time? No, of course we will not. We're going to keep, if anything, they're going to lower interest rates to negative. Why? Because you can't raise them because it would destroy the system. So might as well print as much money as possible, soaking up all the benefits. I've said it a million times. There's so many things here pointing to ultimate bubbles. S&P performance, look at that. The ultimate of all bubbles. Labor market is started to downturn already, even though they lie about the labor statistics. Who knows what it really is? Consumer confidence is starting to fall. High yield spreads are the lowest ever, meaning the higher risk people, there's no accounting for risk anymore. That's horrible. People aren't pricing in risk. That means the first hiccup, everything implodes. This bubble is so ridiculously. Junk bond, real yield. Look at that. Real yield of a junk bond, 1.8. Are you kidding me? A junk bond. Everything's about to blow. Global central bank assets versus gold. Ready to move up. Yeah, the setup. Listen to what he says about precious metals. Precious metals are poised to benefit from what we consider to be the best macro setup we've seen in our careers. The stars are all aligned. We believe strongly that this time monetary policy will come at a cost. Look at the chart below at how the new wave of global money printing just initiated by the Fed in response to the Treasury market funding crisis is highly likely to pull depressed gold prices up with it. Of course, it's rigged, but yes, there'll be an excuse. Why'd gold go up? Because they're printing money like it's going out of style. Mining stocks. My only beef with the mining stocks is that they're too valuable, and they'll be nationalized. I guarantee they'll be nationalized if the banks collapse. Otherwise, they'd be great. Yeah. Zero discounting for inflation risk. And then he goes into really good article. Really go check that out. Some things going on the road to Ruta. The raw food reboot is coming up, and you know we all need it. After all the Christmas parties, holiday parties, Thanksgiving, we all need it. January 6th it starts. If you want to be involved, click on this, the second thing down at Road to Ruta, Raw Food Reboot. It will take you to Amy's site. There's a link right below it. Amy's site. This is free. Free. Amy loves giving free stuff away. Raw Food Reboot. It's 21 days of your life. 21 days to change your life, and you know you need it. All you're doing is eating raw food, like real food, like food that God created. And no drinking, no smoking, Bitcoin Ben. No caffeine, that's the one that kills me. How do I do my horn of Z's? I do a horn of T's. There's 12 days till this starts. Go to Amy's site if you want to participate. Right at the top, there's a contact link. Click on that. And then right here. Hey, she's got a new thing. You can subscribe, put your name and email address right there. I didn't even know this stuff. She works all the time, and I have no idea. So put your name and email address, and she'll send you information on it. And it's really an awesome thing to do. And there's all kinds of recipes. Look at all those recipes. There's like recipes galore. 6 vegan raw soup recipes, 70 raw soup recipes, ultimate smoothie guide. Making cashew milk. Cashew milk's actually pretty good. Paulie P was making cashew milk in his trailer of his truck. Not in his trailer, in the cabin of his truck. He has a sleeper truck. He's making cashew milk. He has the video of him making cashew milk in the back part of his truck. Awesome, Paulie P. Anyway, really, and a lot of stuff going on. And the biggest thing for me right now is if you've done this, the first one, Economist Magazine Word Jumble, send that in because I'm working on it's turning into a book. There's so much in here. Print it out and do the word jumble. Don't do the ones, I've already got the ones that go right across. Those are the easy ones. It's the ones, the jagged ones and the loopy ones. As long as 2 letters meet, and you can like right here is BTC, LTC. There's a lot of crypto stuff in here too. So this one back here down at the bottom, war, Russia, USA. Oh, is there a war planned? Do the bad guys have a war plan between us and Russia? I don't know. But hang on tight. Crazy world. This is Bix Weir, roadtour.com. Talk to you later.